Hello, guys, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And this evening, we are taking a look on some comments from Judah Hossana. I'm bringing these comments not to attack him or to humiliate him, but to correct a position. Because when important matters of national interest arise, we have to set the record straight. So, Judah Hossana says, CIOs, vanhu veparty. Let me not preempt what he said. Let us play the audio itself from the trending videos so that you hear his exact words and we take a look by definition CIO chi, and I will explain pakaraseka mkomo wangu Judah Hossana. We are doing this so that the people of Zimbabwe are well informed. Our duty is not to inform from the position of misleading, but from the position of real information of and from the position of the truth. So let us hear what he had to say.
People they don't even know what they're talking about. You actually find munhu wanofungidzira kuti mutengesi ndiye munhu wava kuti mu-CIO. Saka havatozivi kuti chinonzi CIO chi. Alright. Chinonzi CIO ku Central Intelligence. Ku Central Intelligence kunoshandwa nevanhu vanenge vachishandira political party kwete government. Mapurisa nemasoja. Alright, a good example kuti ma-CID isection yemapurisa inoshandira hurumende, they work for the government. But ma-CIO, they do not work for the government, they work for the political party. Ndochinhu chekutanga. I hope ndavhura vazhinji a brain who did not know the difference between a CIO and a CID. Now, ma-CIO vanotsvaga munhu ari kumukira political party. But kana vachiuya kwamuri vanouya sezvinonzi uri kumukira hurumende. Ndo behavior yavo. Zvino basa rechi-CIO haribhadhare, ndo chinhu chekutanga. Kune wacho ari kuitiswa haribhadhare, uye chechipiri chandinoda muzive maZimbabwe, basa rehu-CIO harina pension.
Right, this is what Judah Hossana said, and I need to clarify some issues right here so that we get the correct perspective. So I'm going to bring the law so that we understand what the law says, so that we do not mislead the people of Zimbabwe when we are dealing with these issues. Yes, I know that there are political differences here and there, but these political differences must not give us wrong perspectives. According to the Constitution, Section 207 of the Constitution of the Republic of Zimbabwe, it speaks very much about security services in the nation of Zimbabwe. Let us go to Section 207 of the Constitution of the Republic of Zimbabwe so that we get to understand. It speaks about the security services consisting of the defense forces, the police service, and the intelligence service, plus the prisons and the correctional service, or any other security service establishment or established by an act of parliament. So let us go. We have what is called defense forces, vane intelligence dzavo, police service, vane intelligence dzavo, prisons, vane intelligence dzavo, dzinoenderana nema functions avo kwavari in terms of their own security. There is what is called state security, ndo ine inonzi CIO, ndo yakanzi the intelligence services. CIO ndo yatiri kuda kudila nayo. Central Intelligence Organization is part of the government, is an arm of the security services in Zimbabwe, recognized by the laws. This is not an affiliation of any political party. Robert Mugabe pakanga aripo, CIO yakanga iripo is the same CIO yatinayo nhasi, changochinja ma-directors and just a few leaders, but this is the same organization. Kana Nelson Chamisa akapinda kunzi atungamirire nyika yeZimbabwe, the CIO remains there. chingangochinja ipapo ma-leaders of the Central Intelligence Organization, but you're not going to see members of the CIO being shuffled or reshuffled or changed. It doesn't happen like that. When political parties changes, the CIO does not change. What changes is the leadership. Zvichienderana nema-appointments ari kuitwa na-president. For example, president may appoint a new commander of defense forces, may appoint a new commander of the police, that is the commissioner, may appoint the new commissioner of the prisons, may appoint a new director of the CIO. That does not mean that the president is appointing them on party basis. The security services in Zimbabwe are apolitical. They are not supposed to be under any political organization or party. So the fact that we have FAZ, which is an affiliate of ZANU-PF, ichiuya ichizovhiringidza sarudzo ichishandisirwa mamembers ari kufungidzirwa kuti ari kuCentral Intelligence Organization, does not then make us believe kuti CIO ndeye party. No, that is just a violation of the law. That is the reason why you see the SEOM report noted the involvement of FAZ, which is alleged to have some elements from the Central Intelligence Organization vachiuya vachizoita zvavaiita against the law. These are members of the security service who were alleged kuti they were intimidating voters. So let us go and understand, okay, before we move, let us understand the conduct of members of security services. Remember, tataura about members of security services are not included ma CIO. These members must act in accordance with this constitution and the law. Neither the security services or any other of their members, any of their members in their exercise or functions may act in any partisan manner, further the interests of any political party or cause, prejudice the lawful interests of any political party or cause, or violate the fundamental rights or freedoms of any person. Which means that the CIOs are bound by this constitution again. They have a specific role as the Central Intelligence Organization. What is their mandate is the issues of national security or state security. Those are the issues they deal with, state security. What it means is they conduct the intelligence on behalf of the president or on behalf of the government or of the state, such that they make informed decisions. Also, they provide security kuma presidents and ma VIP people who are part of the government. Though some of the issues dzavanenge vachiita ivo as the members of the state security who are the CIOs or working under this Central Intelligence Organization. Let us go on another section so that you understand something very important right here. Okay, let us go past the police service to understand kuti pane imwe role iri kutaurwa panapa, the establishment of intelligence services. This is within the Constitution of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Any intelligence service of the state other than any intelligence division of the defense forces or police service. Saka tabvisa police service, tabvisa defense forces. Ku defense forces ndo kwatine inonzi military intelligence. Ku police service ndo kwatine inonzi PC, police internal intelligence service. Saka tikabvisa ivavo vari vaviri, there is also another iri ku prisons, kune intelligence service iriko. Tikabvisa izvozvo, any other form of intelligence other than must be established in terms of the law or a presidential or a cabinet directive or order. Which means this is not about a political party. A president is not a president of a party, is a president of a country, and he represents a country. When you change leadership or when people are contesting during the elections, they are not contesting to fulfill the interests of political parties. They are contesting to fulfill the interests of the people of Zimbabwe, but they just do it under organizations anonzi ma-political parties for order. So any intelligence service of the state must be non-partisan, national in character, patriotic, professional, and subordinate to the civilian authority is established by this constitution. Saka, there is a minister who is also responsible for the National Intelligence Service, the CIO yatinayo Zimbabwe, who is appointed by the president. This has nothing to do with the ZANU-PF. This has nothing to do with the party. This has to do with the people who are elected members of parliament or from a pool of people who are not members of parliament within the 7. But it's not an issue it must be munhu political party akati, which means isisu tiruti party painoenda CIO inoramba iripo. So the command and the control of the National Intelligence Service, it must be under control or command of a Director General of Intelligence Services, who must be appointed by the president for a 5-year term, which may be renewed once. So you understand kuti zvese zviri kutaurwa naJeff Judah in terms of the establishment of the CIO is wrong. So once we have concluded this about the CIO, let us take a look on the people vanenge vachinzi uyu CIO. There are people of the CIO who are being abused by the presidents or by the political parties dzinenge dzichitonga to do the bidding of those political parties. These are tools which are available, ari kungo misuswa, ari kushandiswa zviri wrong. For example, you have a company car. That company car is supposed to be ferrying you, transporting you on official duties. But ukatora mota ukaenda nayo kunotsvaga huni, haiite yako, haichinje kuita yako because waenda nayo kunotsvaga huni. It remains a company car, abused and misused. This is the same with what is happening with the CIO. When you see ma CIO achi abuse kwa nema politicians, it doesn't mean that they belong to a political party. It's because it's just a mere abuse, which is against the law and which deserves prosecution. Kune ani nani ari kuchikora mtemo uyoyo. This is the reason why we have laws in the constitution. So I think this has been answered and this has been clarified further. So for the people of Zimbabwe, the reason why people are now against CIO aya is because they join these organizations. They get privileges and access to intelligence files. And then they misuse the privileges zavanenge vawana using maposta vanenge vanayo nebasa ravanenge vanayo. So you can actually see that a person who is not supposed to be working as a teacher may be deployed by the state intelligence service kuti aende anowana information in a particular area, but or deploy as a teacher. This is allowed by the law. They are a specific law. But it doesn't mean kuti deploy ikoko arufana kwenda kuno abuse among teacher on behalf of the state. No. He must or she must simply gather information. These are people embedded in the community or in the society to gather intelligence on behalf of the state so that the state knows what is happening. Kana kune vari kuronga hondo, then the state will know. Kana kune vari kuronga any illegal thing, the state will know. Also, these people will help to inform the state about the grievances dziri kupasi apa. These are the people vanofana kutopa president rightful information yezvinhu zviri kuitika on the ground. If you are stationed in Guruve district uri CIO, you can gather as much intelligence as possible. Mokombaila ma reports enyu anoenda kuna president ndimi ziso restate. President anonzi head of state. State intelligence ndo ziso ra president riri ground. This is their mandate. Their mandate is not to abduct people, to torture people, to beat people, or what? To intimidate people. Their mandate is to gather as much information as possible. Then, with the right channels, kana kune vanhu vari kuda kupara mhosva they then dispatch the police service or the military. President vachidispatch with the knowledge of a crime iri kurongwa nezvayo. I think people will understand this explanation. The police and the army, they have their roles and their functions. Dzisingafanire kuitwa overrided by the CIO. CIO havana mvumo yekusunga munhu. They have to inform the police to make an arrest. Izvi zvatinozoita zvokuti hanzi vanhu vanotorwa nema-CIO voendwa navo, that is unlawful. That is the correct position. So I think I've clarified this issue. I think I've explained this issue. Let us not mislead one another. Let us not mislead the people of Zimbabwe. So kana munhu akanzi Tinashe Jonas CIO, he is a member of the Central Intelligence Organization who must follow the law. If he is truly that member, he must follow the law as it is to the letter. So if he deviates from his mandate and starts to abuse the law and any other thing, that does not make him a ZANU-PF person or munhu anofana kunge ari weparty yoyo. That is mere abuse of institutions. Sometimes the state might deploy state intelligence people muma political parties. Zvekuti kuZANU-PF unogona kutowana kune ma-CIOs ari deployed ikoko by the state. Unogona kutowana ku CCC kune ma-CIOs ari deployed by the state. It's because they simply want to gather information. But that information must not be used by the incumbent to his advantage. Kuti inindiro ZANU-PF, since kune vanhu vechakati vari deployed uko, you use that advantage. Iwo ma-CIOs, actually, they must conduct themselves professionally. They must only give that intelligence to the state when there is an issue of national security threat. Vaona kuti no, I political party inoda kukonzeresa destabilization which is against the national security protocol yavari kufana. That is when they only give a report which stops that. Not zviri kuitwa muno muZimbabwe vachimisuswa vachiabuswa. That is the reason why you have seen that hatred now going towards the CIOs. It doesn't mean kuti hakuna ma-CIO are right. They are professional CIOs. They are professional CIOs vanoziva zvavanoita, vanotogumira ma-mandate avo. They come, they investigate whatever they want, they get the intelligence, they go votonoita basa ravo. Kana pasina anything of national security, vanosiyana nazvo. Ma-issues of politics, ekuti you are criticizing the president, that is not an issue of national security. The president must be criticized. The government must be criticized, such that it is held accountable. Criticizing the government and planning to overthrow a government are two different things, which cannot be treated in the same sentence. If somebody plans to overthrow a government, that is now an issue of national security. But if somebody criticizes the government with the view that the government changes its behavior, that is not an issue of national security. It can only be an issue of national security when Wikino Chivayo, who is being accused of corruption, is criticized, or the government is criticized for Wikino Chivayo's crimes. Vanofana kuenda vonoti, guys, inyaya ya Wikino Chivayo inogona kuzokonzeresa destabilization munyika. Why can't you arrest Wikino Chivayo, or why can't you conduct investigations? Or if there are intelligence reports about the conduct of Wikino Chivayo, they push forward those intelligence reports so that he is arrested, is charged, and they stop destabilization inozokonzereswa nevanhu vachiprotesta kana kuti vachirwisa kuti Chivayo aende mujeri. Those things must be understood. It's just that we have overzealous people who are now override their functions and their mandates, and they end up doing other things which are unlawful. So I think I have explained just the few things which I thought were necessary to be explained in 20 minutes. And I hope and believe that my brother Judah Hossana, if he manages to get to this recording, you'll be able to understand these things and correct his position. However, he's doing what he's doing as a citizen is his right. Let us continue to fight for change, and let us continue to stand in solidarity